Open Door, right now that we are talking, had been in this meta environment for long. From 2010 to today is 10 years, and we are happy because of the services they render. We have been struggling to educate people so that if the community of Meta or Guneku as a whole would take care and see what Open Door is all about, I'm sure that in the near future we will have Open Door in Meta as we have Sichong in Bansa land. And we are very happy here because Dr. Hibbert and Omeda Hibbert came to help us have such a wonderful project that we never even wrote for. But they just brought it, it is just as we have manna coming from heaven. We are just at the entrance of Open Door Clinic. Here we have the place where we have to wash our hands against COVID-19. And as it is here like this, every person that comes here have to wash hands before entering into the hospital. I'm putting down my mask just because I want my voice to go out. So we at the Open Door, we are really very strict to make that people should respect the washing of hands and taking special measures against COVID-19. Here we have the reception room.
My name is Ivo Diatengu, a nurse in the hospital. And when the patient comes, we give them chairs to sit and rest for a while. Then we give them numbers. After they have rest, we now take their vital signs and their complaint and send them to the doctor.
After the reception room, we are here now seeing patients who are supposed to go and see the doctor for consultation.
Here for 3 days. I'm feeling better. I had fever, I had headache, but now I'm recovering.
And it means the services that they render here are good?
No, very good, very good.
That's phobia. They hook me, but I bend down to battle something.
My name is Bernard Tangwan. Currently, I'm the doctor in charge of Open Door for the moment. I'm Meta, son of the soil. At Open Door here, we have many services that we render to the people. General consultation, antenatal, surgeries, pharmacy, and also we are carrying out a free hypertensive and diabetic campaign. We have initiated this campaign every first Thursday of every month. So we are just like pleading to the Meta community that we should really hold this place with care, because right now you can see the place is still under construction.
What major health challenges are faced by the population of this health area?
We have malaria, typhoid, with hypertension and diabetes.
As a lone medical doctor, how are you coping with the workload?
We are just struggling, but I have some colleagues. They usually come when the workload is too much.
You've been existing for several years and you said you just reopened about 3 months ago. What happened before you had to shut down?
Yeah, due to the crisis. When the crisis started like that and it was too much, we have to shut down due to security reasons. So we shut down for some months and we had to open again in August.
I am called Gottlof Ndingwan. I am taking charge of this small lab. When patients come, they sit here, and we have a very big register where we write the names of the patients who come for the various tests every day. I take their specimens, and then when I take the specimens, I put them in these tubes. You see the tubes here. Then if I'm doing centrifuging, this is the centrifuge machine, which is separating the blood serum from the plasma. You can see the centrifuge rotating. I can rotate some of the specimens for, let us say, 5 minutes or 10 minutes, then I stop it. Then I remove the blood and do my tests. I do without tests. Tests for typhoid fever. The antigen of that test is mostly placed in the refrigerator, which can maintain a temperature of 0 to 4 degrees centigrade. Then, plus other tests, not only that one, even blood group test sera, you see, there are many there. So, we do the test before I send the results to the doctor. Here is the microscope, whereby I do microscopy work. I can do stool specimens, I can do malaria specimen, which is stain, and then I can do urinalysis, urine sediment, which when you centrifuge, you do the sedimentation under the microscope and then you write your diagnosis. This is where we do washing of tubes. Then here we have slides. Here we have a lot of reagents which have been bought, ready for use. We do syphilis test. These are its reagents. We do hepatitis A and hepatitis B. We do pregnancy tests. We do H. pylori. This is just microscopes which have been sent to us voluntarily by the fund of Guneku, who is working in Europe. So he has sent to us 2 diagnostic microscopes. One is in the cupboard, one is here, but this one has been bought by Dr. Hebert and the wife.
Okay. Any major challenge that you face here in this your lab?
Well, the major challenge that I face is just staffing. Formerly, I was working alone, but I'm happy that today they've sent to me one auxiliary staff who will help me. But she's not yet trained. I will be training her as time goes on. If it was trained staff, I will now divide the job. The one who is doing specimen collection, the one who is doing diagnosis, the one who is doing writing on the table before sending the results to the doctor. There must be at least 3 good staffs in this particular lab.
I'm Mrs. Ndingwan Sabina. I'm a retired nurse. We're here in the cupboard. We have labeled the drugs alphabetically. So we keep the drugs here, and then when the patients come, we just take them there and dispense. This other side too, most of the drugs too, they are there.
Drugs for which type of ailments?
Malaria, hypertension, diabetes, rheumatism, most of the diseases, we have the drugs here.
Health institutions as such in the remote areas, there may be some goodwill persons who may want to assist with some provision of drugs. Which one will you recommend as basic need?
We think drugs for hypertensive patients, since they are on regular check every month, if they give us drugs for hypertension, we'll be grateful. Drugs for malaria, we'll be grateful. Drugs for diabetes, we'll be grateful. And even vitamins for elderly people, we'll be grateful.
We are in the dressing room. When any person have a wound, he comes here for dressing.
Where are we?
We are in the delivery room. This delivery room, as you see like that, when a woman comes here, she will deliver on this bed behind you, and then she will rest here for some time, having power before going out. Here in this delivery room, we see what is inside. For example, where we can put other things, or the things, elementary things that we will use on the person. That's how we have this room.
About how many women pass here to put to birth?
For these 3 months that we have been existing, we have about 9 women that have already delivered here.
Safely?
Safely, without any problem.
Okay.
And among this number of people, we have about 4 or 5 boys. And the first one that came out from here was a boy. Okay. We gave the name John Heber. It's the name of the founder of this place.
Mm-hmm. And if there are complicated births, you also handle such situations?
We have to refer them.
All right.
We refer them either to Mbengui or to Bamenda. Okay, here we are going into the theater. Here we have the operation room. As the theater is there like this, actually it is a very large theater. We still have a lot of things that we have to do in this house. So now the theater is there. This is where every person who have a complicated case that will have to operate, they come to this hall for operations. And here in this hall, we have a lot of machines. We have so many types of machines here. Since I am not a medical practitioner, so I will not know the names of all these equipment. But actually, we will see that the equipments are there, that we can do something better for the life of our people. We have been operating patients here since we started 3 months ago. So the number of patients I think we have operated here, they are almost going about 7, 8. since we started this 3 months ago, and all of them were operated safely with no complications. We had cases of hernia, and we had cases of appendicitis, and then so many other ones that I cannot really explain because I'm not a medical personnel. And as for this incubator, the incubator is for young babies that are premature.
I actually came to console and also to pray for the patients before they can be treated. Really, I'm very happy with the turnout, and even the workers. They are really doing their job. Just the way they interact with the patients is already part of their healing.
What were you diagnosed of?
Oh, they said I have short sight.
Short eyesight?
Yeah, something like that. So I've been advised to pay for glasses that they will provide for me, that I can see far and even nearer, so that I should not stress myself.
I had the eye unit in Bamenda. So this is the second time we are coming here. And if you see among the population that we have mostly the aging population. And they have their own, diseases. The common eye disease that we found are glaucoma, cataracts, few bacterial infections, some diabetic retinopathies or hypertensive retinopathies. But the most common, we're having many glaucoma patients here, and we know glaucoma is a blinding condition.
Now we with the clean places, tidy all the yard. Make patient lack water, we give the patient water, direct the patient to go to the doctor.
And you like the one way you do them?
I like them. 6 months till now, I still there for the work, I like them.
The small money that they give you for you, how they help you?
They help me, I fit buy my own tablet too. Yeah. Yes, we manage for house, then to buy job with that small one. I just pray God say made the increase.
Okay.
Here is the mayor ward, the final mayor ward when things will be okay. As it is not yet completed, we are using it as a conference room. Those beds you are seeing there without mattress. The mattresses were burnt in the former building we had at Basic Battle, where the clinic was there temporarily. And again, if you leave from there, you come to this board, you will see that it is just as a history of Open Door as they came to Cameroon. Because when they just came to Cameroon for the first time, they started from Limbola in Southwest. From Limbola, they went to Moliwe. From Moliwe, they now came to Guneku in Meta land. It is from Guneku, moving between Basic Battle and Guneku, we say they are just in the same place. So now, here you have pictures of the alumni or the physician assistants that completed their training here in Open Door. You have their pictures and wherever they are. Some of them are in Kumba, some in Limbe, some in Suza, others in Koza in the north, and everywhere they are working in their own clinics or in other hospitals. Then when you leave from there, you have outreach, where we used to go on outreach visits. We go from time, we go down to Bangem, Babungo, Bamungu, everywhere, Kai, everywhere we go. So these are the outreach places. Then here on this other board, we have Open Door medical clinic donations. When we were building this place, as we were building the hospital, people were giving donations. Some gave sand, some gave stones, some gave money. Some even came and contributed manually to help that these structures go up.
Apart from the fire incidents that befell you in Basic Tibato, what other major challenges have befallen this hospital that almost led to its closure?
Well, the challenges is that since this is a place where we have to give drugs free to people, now since the house got burned, we don't have that access again to free drugs. But what we have now is that this hospital, from the beginning, we were supposed to give free drugs, but we have to pay a small amount of money for extraordinary cases. For example, the lab fees, the x-ray fees, the operation fee, all those things are things that we have to pay some money so that it can sustain this place. To pay some money so that we can be able to take care of the equipment that we use to do all those things. So when people say free, it is not totally free. It is that we take money from these places so that we can do something. Then we help the patients to pay just a minimum amount of money so that we can see how we can sustain the whole place.
We learned there was a time the hospital was attacked by unidentified individuals and material, financial and hospital equipment carried away.
That was just at the time of the crisis. Some of these so-called, you know them, they came here, they needed drugs, but they were unable to have drugs. What they did was they have to force open the doors of the hospital. As they force open the doors of the hospital, they carried some cash away, they carried some equipment from the hospital, they took away all the drugs that we had, and they took away some wheelchairs and so many other things we carried away. So all those things with the fear that we had because of this crisis, we have to close down the hospital, and we closed down since 2018. We are now only opening it 2-3 months ago because of the fund of Guneku that saw that we cannot leave a structure like this one empty. You have to use it. So he contributed so well that we are now seeing ourselves working again in open doors again.
Okay. And you are called to the Meta people and all those who are watching.
I'm appealing to the Meta people that this is a project that belongs to us. It is a community project. It is not a project that we have to go and we have to work money from there. This is a community project. And this community project was initiated by Dr. John and Omeda Gilbert from America. So it is for us now to do our best to make them understand that we really deserve this place. Because if we don't make them understand that we really deserve or we love this place or we like this place, they will not be happy.
Since the beginning of all this struggle, people have been running up and down. The greatest ambition of the fund was to let healthcare come closer to the people. So as the hospital is closer, in fact, almost in the center of the village, or the whole village is benefiting from there. Even neighboring villages are benefiting from it. So I also invite some other people from other neighboring villages who have never been here, that they can come for themselves and they will see the good things that are here.
Is the economic hard times the people are facing being considered when administering drugs to them and other treatments?
Very, very normal, very, very normal. At this moment, you know, health is life, and we make it in such a way that the experts who are working, they work in collaboration with the patient and the patient's family. So much so that at times, if you don't have all the money to pay, they can treat you, you get well, you get back, and then you come to pay later.